So you want to be more natural on camera. So people trust you as the expert and eventually want to buy your service. But right now, every time you press record, you panic, freeze, feel extremely uncomfortable, and eventually give up. I've been making video content for the past 5 years, and today I'll be revealing the actual reason why you feel unnatural talking to the camera in the first place, 3 common mistakes beginners make that wrecks your recording confidence, and the exercise I did and what I tell my clients to be more confident on camera. So the whole content creation process feels effortless and kind of fun. So this was me 5 years ago in my first YouTube channel about personal finance. Hey, how's it going? My name is Helmi. I'm from Balcony Hijau blog. Today I'll be talking about my experience investing my money using robo-advisors. I look a little stiff. I blink, but it does look really awkward and weird. And it looks like I'm talking to the camera, but not at you, the audience, like how I am right now. So before we get on the exercise to loosen you up on camera, let's first understand why you feel unnatural when you're recording in the first place. Here's the truth. Speaking on camera is incredibly unnatural. And I remembered 5 years ago when I started to take this whole YouTube thing seriously, I bought my first proper Sony camera. And I was super excited to start filming videos like a professional. But once I placed this camera on this tripod, hit record, there's something about the coldness of staring into the deep dark lens with the red light indicating it's recording this whole mess. It just made me feel extremely uncomfortable. And it put such an immense pressure on me, so much pressure that my body started to micro shiver, and it showed in the footage. And it was weird because I've already practiced the script and I'm recording the video in my room, nobody's watching me. So the reason why recording with the camera feels incredibly unnatural is because we humans are social creatures. We are used to talk to another human being, not a cold recording device like a camera. And I want you to know it's okay to feel this way too, because nobody has the skill to talk on camera naturally by default. If you see somebody who talks really natural on camera, that is a skill they have developed over the years of practicing and cringing. To prove that being confident on camera is a skill that anyone can develop, I'm going to show you 3 popular YouTubers, and I'm going to show you their very first videos many years ago and where they are today. So the first guy is the #1 tech reviewer in the world, MKBHD. This one of his first videos 17 years ago. He was still a kid at the time. Take a look.
All right, welcome to my first video. Bought a new laptop, and it's an HP Pavilion DV7T. So of course I got the media center remote with it.
And this is him now.
So the year is 2026, and it feels like most smartphones these days are like 50% computer, 50% camera.
Pretty big difference, right? So the second person I want to show you is Thomas Alex Norman. He used to be a lifestyle creator. This was him 10 years ago.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome again to Primrose Hill. This is Thomas, and today I wanted to answer a question.
And this is him now.
Hi. There's a way of speaking that makes each viewer feel like you're talking directly to them and not at everyone. And that creates a rare and unique connection that makes you stand out on YouTube.
And the last person I want to show you is Dea. She's a business mentor teaching people how to be a freelancer just like her. This was her 4 years ago.
Hey there, my name is Dea and welcome to my new home here on YouTube. Come on in, take off your shoes, but come on in and make yourself comfortable.
And this is her now.
Ever since I was like 14, I've wanted a YouTube channel, and every year I told myself it's too late to start. And then finally in 2021, I got sick of all of that. I was like, the time is gonna pass anyway. So I started.
You see, all the creators that you look up to, they all started somewhere. And that's the same with you. The second reason why you feel scared of making videos and publishing it online is because you are afraid of being judged, being ridiculed, and ultimately feel embarrassed, or you feel like people are going to think that you're a loser. So I want you to give yourself the permission to suck in the beginning. You are going to look cringe, and people are going to roast you. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna show you later on in this video a little trick on how you can become more comfortable on camera quickly. But first, we're gonna start with the 3 most common mistakes a lot of beginner creators make that really wrecks their recording confidence. So mistake number 1 is, this is basically what I did, was that I thought I had to buy all these gear to become a YouTuber. So when I bought this Sony camera, thinking that it would be the reason why my content will explode, it actually was the reason why I'm not confident in the first place. Because the proper camera really adds a lot of friction to my video recording workflow. And it really tanks my confidence. Because I bought this proper camera, I had to use proper recording techniques. And let me explain what that means. Every time I want to record a video, I have to fire up my streaming software, which is Descript. Then I need to connect my computer to the camera via a wire. And then I turn on the setting to tell the camera to connect to my computer. Then a lot of times, these proper cameras, their auto feature is actually not that good. And people buy these cameras because they can fiddle around with their settings. And that's exactly what I had to do. I had to mess with the ISO, the shutter speed, the aperture, all these really technical camera mumbo jumbo. Then I had to connect the camera with the mic, go back into the settings, make sure the audio level is correct. And I don't know if you know this, but a lot of these proper cameras, if you shoot in 4K for over 5 to 10 minutes, it will overheat. When that happens, you gotta wait for the camera to cool down to start recording again. So I had to buy this external fan that I stick at the back of my camera to cool it down. So it's safe to say shooting with a proper camera adds a lot of friction to my production workflow. There's so many things I gotta do and settings and all that kind of stuff that really it gets in the way of me just producing videos. The remedy to this is to remove all the friction in the first place. I advise all my clients the same thing. Never buy a proper camera. Just use your smartphone. Because it feels like you're just FaceTiming a friend, so it just feels more comfortable and natural. And also, most of these smartphones, the camera is so good in auto mode. You really don't have to fiddle around with anything. You just open up the camera app and start recording a video. At most, you have to connect your microphone to the camera via Bluetooth, but that's about it. The second mistake that wrecks my confidence is that I tend to rush publishing a video, and I'm simply not prepared enough for the topic I want to talk about. And part of it was because I was watching all these YouTube gurus and they all say, oh, you got to post 1 or 2 videos a week and be consistent and all that kind of stuff. And I drank the Kool-Aid. And when I want to keep up with that rhythm, sometimes I publish a video hastily and it turns out to be a crappy video, and it really shows. And sometimes, I don't know if you notice this about YouTube nowadays, but you can see some creators making these really raw, authentic style videos, and they're getting a lot of views, and I'm like, hey, I can do this. This seems pretty easy. But what you don't realize is that for those creators who manage to make that look so easy, they have a lot of experience in the topic they're talking about, and they have a lot of experience talking to the video. So you need a script and start practicing before you record your video. That's how you become more confident. You don't need a word-for-word script, but you need at least a bullet point list of stuff you're going to be talking about in which order, so you don't go off tangent and start losing the audience. For example, this is the script for this video right here. I gotta be honest, it took me 2 hours to write this script. Then, before I recorded this video, I actually went through the script and pretend I'm talking to a friend, explaining, going over these points before I started recording. So take your time, don't rush things. And mistake number 3 is I talk to the camera and not to my audience. So when I'm recording and I feel like I'm talking to the camera, I usually tense up. I feel like I'm gonna give like a formal presentation. And of course, I would end up sounding really stiff and really boring. If you have been posting for a while, just take a look at your past videos. If you feel cringe looking at your own video, or if you panic if your friend finds your video and watches it because you feel afraid that they're gonna judge you, that's usually an indication that you're talking to the camera and not at an audience. Because if you record yourself as if you're talking to an audience, not a camera like I am right now, I know that by me telling this story, it would benefit you and would improve your life. And I would feel really confident to show this video to other people because I know this is gonna help you. I feel proud of this video. So I switch from talking at the camera, I have giving a formal presentation, to like, I'm pretending I'm FaceTiming a friend who's asking me, hey, how to do this? And then I just tell them how to do it. So basically, you don't want to be boring, okay? And it's really hard to do, especially if you're a business owner trying to educate your audience. So here's how I overcome that, and exactly how I tell my clients too. You gotta tell stories of the problems you have overcome in your life. because the easiest way anybody can immediately become interesting and sound confident because it's an actual thing you have overcome. This is the practice I did myself and what I tell my clients. So number one, you're gonna forget about YouTube long form. And if you are scared talking on the camera, making a 10-minute video is a lot of friction. So we're gonna focus on short form vertical videos. Why? Because it's a lot less effort to produce these short form videos, and you can put in a lot of reps more quickly than producing long form YouTube videos. So here's what you gotta do. You're gonna open up your Notepad app. You're gonna sit down and list all the problems you have overcome in your life. For each of these problems you have overcome, you're gonna write down a simple 3-step script. The first is a hook, a bold statement of what happened to you. Then tell people what made it hard and your feelings at the time. Third is the lesson learned from that event. Allocate at least 1 hour to do this. Really sit and write all this down. And this is what mine looks like. This includes the time that I got laid off, how I went from an engineer to a business owner, all these problems that I've overcome. So then you want to filter your stories by asking yourself this very simple question. If I tell this story, would it resonate with my target audience? Would it help them to avoid my mistake so they don't have to do it and save themselves all the hassle? If it doesn't do that, ditch the story, move on to the next one. So in my case, I have 13 stories that I want to tell that would resonate with my target audience. All I had to do is just tell the story with my smartphone as if I'm FaceTiming a friend and my friend asks, hey, what happened? And I just tell that story with a script. People don't care about the quality, they just want to hear your story. So I recorded all 13 videos, edited them with AI. Then I post one a day on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. One of them blew up my TikTok account to 2,000 followers. It gave me the confidence to be more of myself on video because people resonated with my story. And it also gave me a direction on which of these problems that I've overcome in my life that my audience resonated with. In my case, it was telling a story of how I switched careers and dealt with a layoff. This didn't just work for me. This is exactly what I told my client Honey as well. She's a KonMari consultant and she was really scared to post videos, especially on YouTube, but she's pretty familiar with Instagram. So I told her to start sharing her stories on Instagram Reels. It blew up her account from 6,000 followers to around 10,000 right now. And now she's super confident on camera and she's ready for the next step, which is to post long-form YouTube videos to finally get clients. That's my tip on how you can be more natural on camera. It's exactly what I've gone through and exactly what I tell my clients what to do. So the next thing you want to know is probably how can you read your script without losing eye contact and making it super obvious that your eyeballs are going in between the camera and the script, the camera and the script. If you want to know how to do that, watch this video next.